Hey everyone, my name is Nate with CSG, and Steam is so much more loved than the other gaming marketplaces we have available to us on PC. Comparing Steam to Epic Games, Origin, Battle.net, or Blizzard app, whatever it's called now, Uplay, GOG, the Red Dead launcher, Skyrim, the Bethesda launcher, that's what it's called. As you see, it's funny, you can get tripped up over it because there are so many now. And we all may have different opinions on each one specifically, but I think most people can come together and say, yeah, Steam is the best. Steam is my favorite, even. And you'll see fights going on Reddit and Twitter, people wanting to bring down entire platforms like Epic Games and not willing to buy a game off of Epic Games and will rather wait for it to go on Steam. And we'll see that with many titles, and Red Dead 2 is one of those titles that underwent that, along with Metro, which there was a lot of controversy around that. But why is Steam so much more loved? Now, this is something I want to look into. So I, like pretty much every other PC player, I have had all of these things on my computer at a certain point in time. You know, sometimes I'll remove Uplay if I'm done playing all that stuff, or I'll remove GOG if I'm not playing the Witcher card game, or which I'm curious if you guys have liked that Netflix show as well lately. But Steam has a lot of things going right, and some things that other companies, their platforms, don't even allow. Let's begin. So Steam, you have the number one, probably fan favorite feature, and that is real reviews. User created, not made by the company. It's not driven by critics. It is literal players with verified purchases of the game, or it's labeled on Steam. You can see in the reviews that if they receive the game for free, you can put that as an option. You will see real players and real reviews. If you put your game on Steam and it sucks, it will reflect that in the reviews, where if this is Epic Games or if this is Origin, this is not going to be the case. And this is something I believe that is so crucial to we can just call it the PR of Valve and the PR of Steam, and why players love it so much. It is so transparent and so pro-consumer, that on top of the fact that Steam, and we've all probably gone through this, Steam is very good with refunds. I have been incredibly satisfied with the refund process. I've had to refund a lot of games over the years for whether or not the game is just a complete mess and doesn't work, to, I play the game and Steam says you have to, after 2 hours, they're not going to refund it. But I've refunded games like 4 or 5 hours in, where I'm just like, yeah, I really thought this game was going to have a little bit more to it. And Steam's like, okay, yeah, we'll refund it. And I found that they're especially willing to give you a refund if you request funds to go back to your Steam wallet as opposed to your credit card, which is that's hacking Steam with common sense gaming. But Steam has all of these things going right for them, and on top of those features we've already discussed, they have the workshop, to where if you have games that have modding potential, you have such a cool community of people that have come together to create content for your game. And it's just so well integrated into the system to where sometimes you will see in my thumbnails, I will use the Steam kind of creator, the 3D modeler and source filmmaker, that's what it's called, SFM, I forgot the name for a second. I will use models from the workshop in that to make thumbnails, and you'll see it in the thumbnail creation. Sometimes I literally have to click just the subscribe button once I find something I like, and it does everything for me. Then the next time I open SFM, it's automatically in there. And I think even if I already have it open, I click subscribe, it automatically adds it while I'm in. It's so nicely integrated to Steam. It is just amazing. And then you have the community forums. All of the games have this forum where people are community. There's like a community tab of people posting. It's text, pictures, videos, GIFs, whatever. Anything to do with that game. It could be discussion based or whatever. It's found there. And it just feels so pro gamer. I guess that sounds so freaking dumb to say. It is pro gamer. It sounds like a company, like I'm a company trying to sell you a headset or something. It's a gaming headset. It's a very pro game. But it's funny how it is, though, with Steam. And I think that's why I love it so much. And that's why Steam is so much better. And we actually have a search bar, which you saw drama with that, the argument against Epic Games back, in the day. It's so funny. But Steam is, I believe, so much of it is that they're very transparent. And Valve has nothing but good PR It seems people love playing their games, and I'm one of those people. I consider Half-Life and Portal to be some of the best games of all time, and I really hope Half-Life Alyx is as good as it's looking on VR, so I can play that. But they seem to do no wrong with their games. We're not going to look at Artifact. They have such good PR, and then you start to look at Epic Games, where their whole thing is buying contracts from software developers or game developers so that their game won't go on Steam, so that you have to go through Epic. And I think people really love having all their games together, and I'm one of those people. If it was up to me, and you guys know Overwatch is like one of my all-time favorite games, if it was up to me, I'd have Overwatch on Steam, which I think you can technically do all that. I know you can, but having everything go through Steam, having all my games in one place, it's cool. I think a lot of us can relate to that feeling of back in the day when we played on our PlayStation 2s or Xbox 360s, or maybe you're a little bit younger, so your Xbox One was your first system, or your PlayStation 4, having all of your discs together in like a stack and having an organizer for it. There's just something cool about that. I don't know, that's at least how I see it. And on Steam, you can open it up, and on the left-hand side, you see all of the titles that you own. There's something cool about that, and you can have a sense of pride in your collection, and that's what it is. And so you have Epic Games coming and saying, hey, it's time to split your collection up. You can only buy a game you want from here. But then all your friends, and the way you can shift tab in game on Steam and talk to your friends, see what your friends are playing, now you have to re-add everyone over there. And then you have to re-add everyone on Origin to play EA games, which if you guys saw, Origin or EA struck up a deal with Steam to start putting their games on Steam again, which is a really good sign for us as players and consumers. And then Battle.net, you have to re-add everyone on Battle.net, and Uplay. And if you're playing through an Xbox app, or if you play on PlayStation, you have to do all that, which I know we're getting to consoles, so it doesn't matter as much. But when we're sticking with these PC things, and the same with GOG, and same with the Skyrim launcher, I'm gonna never call it the Bethesda launcher, apparently. It's funny how in our minds, we just go back to, God, I really wish I could just play this on Steam. And I think I will probably say that until the day I die. And I really don't have a problem with some of these other apps, specifically the Blizzard launcher, or formerly known as Battle.net. I really like Battle.net. I love it. To me, it's very simple. I don't feel like there's anything predatory about it, and I know exactly what I'm getting into when I use it, and it's fine, and I'm just so used to it. I was always fine with Steam and Battle.net. Like, those were my two things for forever. And yeah, Origin eventually comes out, and I'm like, all right, this is getting annoying. And then Uplay pops up, Epic Games is here, and now it's kind of a headache. It absolutely is. And now I own a whole bunch of games across a whole bunch of different digital marketplaces or launchers. And then you buy a game on Steam, and then you find out, okay, it requires Uplay still, like when you're playing Division or something, or you buy... Or back in the day, they're probably changing it now, but you need to log in with Origin to still play a Steam game. And some of that stuff can be really annoying. And with all of these things coming together, these arguments kind of build this fantastic rhythm and circle of life of PR for Steam. And you'll see so many people fighting to the grave about it. And it kind of creates this interesting activism, you could almost call it, dynamic against Epic Games, where you're an activist for Steam. You could call it Steam rights, where you want to be able to play your game on Steam and not have an exclusive locked away. And that is kind of funny because we didn't talk about that in our exclusive games in the gaming industry video that we did a couple days ago. We didn't even talk about how exclusive works in the PC side of things, with some games getting locked to certain companies' marketplaces. But yeah, that's everything I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion, and I'm curious if you feel the same way about Steam. Steam is so loved, and as one of those people that love Steam, I hope you guys have a great rest of the night and had a great Christmas too. Take care, guys. See ya.